Hey guys, this is Shapeshifting Tree here. I hope you're enjoying my Let's Play of Final Fantasy 4. Now, this episode is going to be a lot of explanation, and there's going to be a few episodes which are going to be a little explanation heavy. So first things first, in. Now, you can visit the shops, but first, well, actually, before we do anything, just as a little thing, arguments, right? Now, any of you who play this game should know, but draw attacks. By the way, fast talker goes to Lydia. This is important, you want her to have that. It means she can cast spells faster. And draw attacks goes to Cecil. And the simple reason. And you know how Cecil has counter, and he has cover. Yeah, well, basically, draw attacks is equivalent to cover, only better. For example, instead of having to constantly reapply it, it's just there. The enemies will just always attack you with physical attacks. Note, you can't cover on magic. Just as a warning, you can't cover on magic. Now, what you have to do here is, I'm not exactly sure how this goes, how to get there, but what you have to do now, you shouldn't go to the shops immediately, because what you need to do is go to both towers of the castle. Now, I'm not exactly sure how is this to go there. I think you have to go through one of those rooms to the side. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember this place's map very well. So give me some time and some leeway. I'll explain what we get and why it's and how some of this stuff's helpful. Some of the helpful stuff we're going to find in this castle. Hopefully. I'm going to find all of it and not just go to get lost like an idiot. This Dwarven castle, I know. Okay. You can summon the that chocobo there. This is weapons and armor. Now, okay. This is one of the towers. You want to explore these places, begin to find essentially all the items that those shops sell. So, dwarven axe. So, I would give this to Cecil, but Cecil already kind of has enough strength. I think I'm gonna give this to Kane. I can give this to Kane because he's lacking a little in the strength, and he loses a little speed, but a lot less of his importance. He doesn't use a lot of those stamina, and he doesn't use intellect and spirit. It's better you give this to him, particularly if you've done all the grinding I've done. Well, Cecil gets better weapons anyway. Okay. Yeah, just take anything you need from these areas. There's gonna be some very good items here that you're gonna get. So just the Dwarven Axe is pretty much a good equipment upgrade, generally stronger. Ether, not the best item in the world, but you can never have too many ethers in this game. Elixir, you're gonna want as many of those. You're gonna want at least 2 of those. Silver hourglass. Okay, that's not the best item in the world. I'm not exactly sure where was the next, how to get to the next item. Oh. Power armored. Now. You can give this to Kane. But I just want to see, how does it go on? But remember, Kane already has all mythical equipment. Plus, it doesn't increase his defense. It doesn't increase Cecil's defense either. Realistically, this is not really I mean, it gives him some better... It gives him extra strength. But it's not really that useful. Probably I'm gonna give it to, Yang. No, I'm not even... I don't know what to do with it. I may not give it to anyone. But if you want some extra attack power and you're willing to sacrifice little defense, which I'm not, by the way, particularly on Cecil, since he's kind of going to be getting hit by every physical attack from now on, I'm not willing to sacrifice his defense for a little extra power. Besides, he's countering every attack, he gets out enough hits on physical attacks, and on magic attacks, well, maybe not quite as much, but still good enough reason not to bother with it. Oh geez, I'm out here. I probably took a wrong turn somewhere. This explanation could take a little while. Also, you can probably buy, I think it's a flame lance for Cain. You might want to do that. Most of this stuff that I'm not going to purchase anything until I've got all the items from both towers. And gotten everyone outfitted with stuff that I actually want them to be. And then, after that, we'll go over what's in those places. Because there is some stuff, there's no doubt it's going to be useful. Now, up to this point, everyone has their arguments. I've given 2 to Sid. Let me just check. I believe I've given 2 to everybody. Let me just make sure. It's been a while. Okay, recall last stand. Okay. And, okay, Sid's already left, but I gave him the arguments. There's not going to be anyone you need to do that for a little bit. So now I'm in the left tower. Oh, I'm sorry I haven't... Anyone who has done the naming request, I'm not going to explain those because I have no interest in doing them. I haven't explained them, and I'm sorry, but really from where I am, I can't really start explaining because I haven't done any of them. Okay. High potion. How does this place work? I believe this place worked a little differently from the other one. I believe. Yeah. This one is invisible walls. Unlike the other place, you're actually going to have to do some little more middle matching to find your way around this place. Yeah, like so. Black belt key. Now I don't remember. I think this is what does that do? I don't remember. Flame mail, black belt key gives you some extra strength, evasion, and that. On him, I think it's actually just a version of the power armlet for... No, I don't want you equipping. I want you equipping a mythical armor. You don't exactly have the highest magic defense. Okay, let's compare that to Cecil. Okay, Cecil doesn't have the best either, but he's still... That's not the biggest problem. Okay, Yang. Armlet. Power, no. What about the black belt key? Yes, for him, actually gives him a boost. This, gives him the extra stats. Yeah, it is better than the power armor. But you can actually give it to Yang and he'll be able to make some use of it. Ether. And I believe there's a... How did I get in this one? There's gotta be a way, I just don't remember it. Oh, yeah. Elixir. Yeah, you're gonna want the 2 here if you haven't picked up 2 earlier. Now, you're not necessarily gonna have to do what I'm gonna do with those, but with 2 of them. But believe me, it is helpful. Now, I'm gonna go to the shop. Not this way, it's down here, isn't it? Yeah. I probably should go on to the other one for a second, because then I'll be closer. So I'm doing a little wandering this episode. Now you can get the reach argument here. I'm not going to try and get it. It's just, it takes way too long and it's already enough. I've dawdled enough this app. It's not something I might do it, but it's going to be in a... Like I said, it's something I may do, but I'm going to do it in sort of a separate episode maybe or something. I don't know. I'm not really keen on just wandering around for an hour or two and to get a... Essentially, basically the only thing I can get from this is a witch argument. You don't really have to buy any of this, although if you haven't got some rune armlets, you might want to buy a few here. Personally, I'm only going to buy one. Sage's Midden, no. Those you could buy one of these. I will buy a flame shield just to give some type diversity for resistance in case I encounter an enemy that uses ice. You know, type resistance and type diversity is important. Get her a rune armlet. Since I haven't found any yet, I'm gonna give her one. As for items, well, don't need a dwarven axe, and in case I need, no, I'm not gonna bother getting that. He's fine. He's fine. Kane is fine. Now, I'm not gonna do anything else here, but no, you can get the reach, and if you've done the, okay, I'm just gonna go over feelings. First off, if you've done any of the naming way quests, which talk to him, I believe the first one was, I'm not sure if I explained this, I'm just gonna go quick. I just was in a bit of a hurry, so much has happened. Okay, you can find a naming way there, and he's a jamming. Okay, now I'm just gonna ignore I'm not sure if you have to get these things, but you can encounter him and he'll buy some tents around Mount Ordeals. He will do some music around the, Baron area when you return before you beat Carnosaur. Now, he doesn't really do anything until you go to snack time. Well, you actually give him some, you speak to the woman behind the counter to earn Nameway's gratitude, and then he'll get some thing, and then he's got some rainbow pudding. Now, this is the reason why I don't do this. Rainbow pudding is like a 0.04% chance. So if you're patient, this is good, but I don't understand why they make you get this. Not just that the item's annoying to get, it's just... This is probably where, unless you're really persistent, you're not going to bother with these quests. Literally, this is probably the turn-off for all these things you get. You can get Eye Gorge later, but it's not really that useful because, well... Blinding doesn't really work when most enemies use magic. Or abilities. Killer Bow and Antarctic Wind. No, I'm going too far ahead. But you have Eye Gouge and Reach. Now, you can get Reach, I'm not going to bother with it. It can be useful for someone later on, but honestly, you're not going to... I don't use it... That character doesn't do much for me. I usually don't have him do that much in my time. Now... I have to figure... how do you get to the basement? I don't remember. Okay, so the basement comes from... Where's the point? I'm just gonna try and figure out my way around. This map's confusing as hell. Oh. Right. Now, where are we right now? Like, we're actually not too far from where we have to go. Then we just check the going time. Oh, jeez, I thought it'd be 14 minutes. Alright, I'm probably not gonna go through Tower of Babel here. I've already explained enough. But you have to go through, this door. be safe. Yeah. It's a few cottage. There's a cottage. Cottage. It doesn't say that what this is. I know. Cottage. Oh, it's this. Oh, it says times 3. I thought it said times 2. Oh, yeah. By the way, the monsters in the underworld are gonna be around levels 30-ish. So be warned. Monsters not in Tower of Zod. The underworld, the encounters in the underworld are about hound worms and alwoons are probably the hardest ones, around 48 and 47. So they're actually higher level than Cecil at this point. But don't worry, you won't encounter many of those. But just so you know, consider this a potential thing that you can do a few things here. This urn will heal you. So, let's say you need healing. Probably should have just came here. But I wasted at the end. That's my choice. Jeez, I forgot to buy cottages. Yeah. Okay. I should still have enough cottages. I should. If I don't, I will probably have more next episode. I think I have enough for this little thing. Once we get the airship back in the air, it will not be a big deal. Cottages will be everywhere. So, okay. Now, you want to head to the Tower of Babel. Well, it's a bit of a long trek. It's a long trek, and the enemies are not going to be easy on you, so be careful. Fortunately, with Cecil's draw attacks, it's going to be less of a threat, but still, be careful. It doesn't actually give you a map for... Okay. There's quite a distance to walk between here and the Tower of Babel. These guys are probably the weakest ones. If you see a hornworm and hornworms, gloomwings, most of these enemies are not too strong. Cecil and Yang, if you've ever done the Cecil and Yang I have, could easily wipe out any of these enemies at any time. And I got a mental shield. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get to the Tower of Babel, just to show you how to. I'm just gonna get there, and that'll be the end of this episode because it's gonna be very long for me. Tower of Babel is a decently long place. Magma Tortoise. Now, if this thing absorbs fire. Yeah, this is actually where sometimes having the wrong elemental weapon on Cecil can be a problem. See, he can just heal. He just heals from his attack instead of taking damage. It's literally one of the biggest problems with Cecil's flame sword right now. I'm probably gonna want to swap him out with something else. Probably the mithril sword. Slightly weaker, but essentially it will do the same job. So I'm gonna do that now. Re-equipped. Oh, I don't have one, do I? No, I had a mithril lance, which is okay. I'm recruiting him back with the sleep blade. It's not quite as powerful, but it's gonna cause less elemental bombs. Plus, we'll get a better weapon in there anyway. Now, I just want to check Tower of Babel, make sure it has no... Oh. We will have a Chimera in there, by the way, because then it's just Chimera, okay, but most enemies will not. Okay, now. Notably, like I said, some of these enemies are a bit nasty. God, where am I now? I believe I'm heading the right path. I think I'm heading up the right path. Cecil can just... These guys are not really a threat to Cecil or anybody. Not to mention with Cecil's draw attacks, he's pretty much just going to take everything out. Really. Between him and Yang, if you've done the grinding I have, they're no threat. there'll be something for, never mind. This is something I'll get later that I'll go over with video. Fast talk is nasty powerful, but there's one other thing that will become helpful for video later. Remember how I said that there was as enemies that I fought alongside those flame hounds when I was grinding? Yeah, well, those are these things. Nasty bastards they are. Yes, they counter with stone, yes. At least they counter with gradual petrify, not with just petrify. That'll be worse. The only reason I'm not using them there is because there's not really much point for me to use them. Honestly, these enemies go down so fast. Oh yeah, that is gonna be important. Let me actually check that. Stone blade. Wow. I don't think I've ever actually got that. What's a stone blade, actually? I need to check that. What's a drop rate for that item? Okay, for those... No, not in tower. Zod for the underground. What's a drop rate? Because I swear I never got that. 5% from Gorgons. Believe it or not, I've never actually got that before in this game, so cool. This means Cecil now has a better attack than his flame sword without having to rely on an element to do damage, which is really, really good. And doesn't have the same weight penalty and things of the axe. Okay, I've just got about... I'm going a little overtime here, but I just want to get to here just to show you... There'll be one little thing that is kind of just going over before the Tower of Babel. Yes, you see, Cecil grows much better when he gets a good weapon. Cecil is very dependent on his swords. That's the reason why he struggled so much when you give him those stupid fire shots. Okay, so they've basically disabled their weapon systems, which is good. However, this is going to be the end of this episode for now. For today. This is going to be the end of this episode. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. This is Shapeshifting Tree, signing out.